The Search for the Golden Elementary School, written by Miss Lamp's class. It was October 31st, and the sky was a pitch black color. The clouds were hung low, and it looked like it was going to snow. 4B was getting ready for their Halloween party when all of a sudden,
"How about we look for the Golden Elementary School last year's class tried to find?"
Miss Lamp said.
I don't know if I still have my grade book with the clues in it.
So she opened her safe and said,
It will take me a while to find it. Oh, here it is.
Let's examine the clues in the grade book. Here's the first clue. Go to where you get a filling. That must mean go to a restaurant. How could you be thinking of food at a time like this? No, that means go to my father's dentist office. Mom, let's go to the dentist office and search for the clue.
The rest of the class waited in 4B's classroom at Kemmer Elementary. Brittany, Courtney, and Ashley ran swiftly to the dentist office and searched everywhere for some kind of map or clue. They checked through the office files and drawers but found nothing, when suddenly Brittany knocked a set of dentures off the counter, and out fell a piece of paper. Ashley picked it up to examine it closely. She said,
It looks like a map. Let's take it back to the classroom and see if anyone else can figure it out.
Brittany and Courtney agreed. They ran back to Kemmer Elementary and showed the map to the class.
What do you think this map leads to? It has very strange symbols. I've got it. It looks like a map of a tunnel leading to a hidden room inside the building at Kemmer Elementary.
But where in Kemmer Elementary could this room be? It looks like a map of a secret passageway behind the cafeteria table that our class sits at for lunch.
Everyone shouted,
Let's go investigate!
As they dashed from the classroom to the cafeteria to find how to open the secret passageway, they told Miss Lant not to forget the grade book. While looking for some kind of lever or button to open the secret passageway, Alicia accidentally bumped a red latch underneath the table, and a door in the wall opened, making a high-pitched shrieking sound. One by one, each of the class members tiptoed into the dreary tunnel. Lisa whispered,
Hey, you guys, we need a flashlight. It's spooky in here.
So off she went to 4B's classroom to grab a flashlight and return to the cafeteria. When Lisa returned, she shrieked,
Where is everyone? Don't play a joke on me. Show yourselves now.
Then she heard Miss Nichols laughing, and she said,
Ha ha ha! If you want your class members back, hand over the grade book.
Lisa began to sob.
But I don't have a grade book. Miss Lamp has it.
Then Lisa heard someone whisper,
Lisa, come over here.
Lisa looked all around, and then spied Courtney underneath Miss Hunsey's class's table. When Miss Nichols wasn't looking, Lisa snuck underneath the table and asked Courtney,
What are you doing here, and where's everyone else?
I ran as fast as I could from Mrs. Nichols when she wasn't looking. But before I ran, Mrs. Lamp handed me the grade book and said, Run and get help. We're supposed to try to find clues to the Golden Elementary School and rescue the rest of our classmates.
How are we supposed to find the clues in the grade book and rescue our fellow classmates and Miss Lamp, with Miss Nichols standing in the doorway of the secret passageway?
Suddenly, a bat flew into the cafeteria, frightening Miss Nichols and causing her to flee screaming frantically. Realizing that Miss Nichols had fled, the bat turned into a vampire and darted toward Lisa and Courtney, chasing them into the secret passage. As they were frantically running, Courtney dropped the grade book, and the vampire picked it up and flew away. As he began his ascent, a hollow paper clip dropped from the grade book. Not realizing its significance, Courtney began to examine it, and out dropped a paper rolled up like a scroll.
Soon I'll find the Golden Elementary and you won't die.
Lisa unfolded it, and it read,
Go to where you find black diamonds.
That means go to the P&M coal mine.
But how are we going to get out of this tunnel to find our next clue?
Let's continue to follow the tunnel to the end. Maybe it'll lead us to the rest of our class and out of this building.
So Lisa and Courtney began following the twisting and turning pathway of the tunnel. They kept walking until they reached a room at the end of the tunnel. Courtney turned the handle, and they both crept slowly into the room. Alicia shined the flashlight all around, and in the corner of the room was a paper with a dagger stuck through it. It read, If you want to see your classmates and teacher again, remove this dagger and go to where you can see things from the past. Courtney twisted and pulled on the dagger, and suddenly a door opened to the outside. They ran through the door to the bicycle rack outside, and Lisa and Courtney went.
What do you think that clue meant?
I think it means go to the Fossil Country Museum. Let's go.
The two of them began running downtown to the museum. When they reached there, they saw a note attached to the wagon wheel. Your classmates and teacher are where you find black diamonds.
That means they are somewhere at the coal mine upside down.
Off the two of them started to walk. When they reached the open pit, they saw a huge front-end loader with its bucket. Inside the bucket, they found the rest of their classmates, tied up. Courtney and Lisa untied them, and they all began to talk at once.
Wait a minute, one at a time.
We traveled through the secret tunnel until we came to a room. When we got to the room, the floor collapsed from beneath us and we fell into the big front-end loader. Miss Nichols was waiting for us and tied us up and kidnapped Miss Lamb.
But where did she take her?
She left us the clue to go where you find the golden rule. We've been trying to figure it out, but can't. Everyone think, what does the golden rule mean?
After a short time, Sam shrieked.
I've got it. The golden rule was the name of the first J.C. Penney store.
They all shouted,
Let's go save our teacher and find the Golden Elementary School!
They began running from the mine and arrived at the front of the J.C. Penney store. They split up into 8 teams of 3 and began their search through the store. 2 teams went through the front door, 2 teams went through the back door, 2 teams went upstairs, and 2 teams went downstairs in the building. After some time, Kevin and Jeremiah shouted out,
We found Miss Lamb. She is tied to a pole in the basement.
They untied Miss Lamp and she said,
Mrs. Nichols tied me up and wouldn't let me go until I told her where to find the Golden Elementary School. I tried to tell her I didn't know, but she wouldn't believe me. She kept repeating this last clue. Go to a place that has 3 equal sides. Does anyone understand that clue?
From math class, we learned that a triangle has 3 sides, so it has to mean go to Triangle Park.
The whole class walked over to the triangle looking for one last clue. On a leaf of one of the trees was a last clue. It said, go to where you can find a golden lady.
Hey, isn't there a statue of a golden lady in the basement of the courthouse?
Everyone yelled.
Yes, that's right. Let's get going.
The class scurried off to the courthouse. When they arrived, they decided to send in Jeremiah, Brittany, and Kyle. The rest of the class would stand guard outside the courthouse. Brittany, Kyle, and Jeremiah went down the steps of the courthouse to examine the statue of the golden lady. Just when they were about to give up, Brittany climbed up to look in one of the scales Lady Justice was holding. And as she reached up, she began to slip and grabbed hold of the scale, and suddenly the statue split in two and began to open. Kyle yelled,
Look out!
As the statue split, a staircase appeared.
Go get the rest of the class so we can investigate where this leads.
Brittany ran to get the other classmates. One by one, they started down the staircase. As they got to the end was a golden door. They pushed with all their might, and the door began to creak open. The class exclaimed,
Wow! So this is where the Golden Elementary School is!
They went through the door, and inside the corridor was treasure chest full of gold, jewels, and money. They shrieked with excitement and decided to divide the treasure between them. And that, my friends, solves the mystery of the Golden Elementary School.